What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of this FIFA 16 Crystal Palace career mode. We are back to league action today. We've had a couple of cup games recently, which has given us a break from league, which is a good thing. Hopefully we can come back to the league action rejuvenated and improve our poor form of late. First of all, we've got a couple of contract issues to sort out. Perhaps Suarez was actually transfer listed because we didn't up his wage demands. That was the decision of the board. And as you know, Balassi earlier on in the season rejected a new deal, but we're going to go back and offer him one as well because he was proving to be a key player for us. But offering Suarez a new deal if we can. He's asked for 50k a week. He's only on 35 at the minute, so I'm not going to offer him 50. We'll offer him a small wage rise to keep him at the club. That's only natural that players over time will have their wages increased, but not to the extent that he wants it to be. But back to match action now. St Mary's Stadium is the venue as we take on Southampton. A decent Southampton side, not amazing. Graziano Pella on the bench, which is a surprise. Slimani up front. You've got Tadic in there. Isgrove, the youngster. Victor Wanyama is obviously a very good player as well. And Ryan Bertrand, the man who we've tried to sign previously on this career mode. So he's still a target for us. We're still looking to improve that left back position. You can see it's a debut for Marouane Fellaini. That's the real sort of team news as far as we're concerned. Santana and Bartra are the centre-back pairing. Obviously Zuma now moved on to Fiorentina, but we're looking to improve on our recent form. We've suffered a lot of defeats, 3 in a row actually, when it comes to the Premier League. We get a break early on. The first half wasn't the most entertaining. Some of the highlights you'll see in here, that could have been a penalty, but it was actually a very good challenge from Jose Fonte. But we had the opportunity here. The sliced shot from Video actually turned out to be a good pass. It fell to Coquelin in the area, who fired over. And that was pretty much it as far as first half action goes. So hoping for a lot of improvement in the second half. We've been solid. Southampton haven't looked like scoring, but we haven't created any gilt-edged chances either. So looking for a bit more patience in the build-up. We're knocking the ball around nicely here. Fellaini turns, looks to get a shot away, but it's blocked behind for a corner. Nearly a chance for a debut goal, but he's not going to get one. He's going to be replaced now. Him and Video coming off. Sinkgraven and Zaha coming in to the game, but substitutions did pay dividends actually. Zaha involved immediately here, goes past his man, fresh legs. That's 2 players he's beat now. There's got a couple of players on him. It looks as though he's going to lose out to Bertrand, but he actually wins it back. Very persistent, gets into the area. The challenge comes in from Van Dijk. Looks to be a good one, but the referee points to the spot. We're looking at the slow motion replay. Yes, he does get the ball, but he goes straight through the man to get it. So in my opinion, yes, it's a penalty. Although had it been at the other end, I'd be disappointed that was given. Cabaye stepped up, gave us the lead, and it could be very much a smash and grab in what has been a very dull game that none of us, let's face it, deserve to be leading in. You can see he just strokes the ball into the corner. Not the best penalty in the world. Keeper stays rooted to the spot. I think he was kind of wrong-footed, but we've taken a lead and there's only 10 minutes to go. Southampton, if they're going to equalise, they're going to have to do it quickly. You can see some good defending there from Santana, very composed, heading the ball back to Butland. But here, not so composed. What sort of challenge was that? Completely mistimed. Thankfully, Butland was on hand to make the save, and we get the ball away. But Southampton still coming forward. One thing I can't fault is our desire to win this game. Just look at some of the challenges we're putting in here. First of all, Suarez, then Balassi goes straight through their man. We're taking no prisoners. This challenge in particular from Suarez was awful, but it's nice to see that sort of desire. You certainly can't fault the players for going in hard. But Southampton going to have one last opportunity. We're deep into stoppage time. It's Van Dijk, puts the ball across. Pella's waiting. It's actually Santana who gets the touch, heads it onto his own crossbar, and we get the ball away. It was very nearly an own goal, but replays show it was a vital touch from Santana. He had to do something because Pella was behind him, and he would have had the whole goal to aim at with his head, and surely would have nodded Southampton level. But the interception was enough, even though it was a little unorthodox, and we managed to get ourselves back to winning ways. In between games then, familiar sight here, bids coming in for Jack Butland, QPR this time. And in terms of making our own bids, we're looking to improve the squad. We offer 9 million for Olivier Giroud, obviously the Arsenal marksman. He's a guy that we're looking to bring in. Ryan Bertrand, of course, I said it before. We've put in bids for him before. They've not been accepted. We just want to replace Pat Suarez, really. He's inconsistent at left back. Eric Durm is a player that one of you guys suggested in the comments a long time ago. We're going to go back in for him. But looking for loan options now. Felix Plata, young striker, who's only 20. Stats look decent. His wages are not astronomically high, so we're going to try and bring him in on a short-term loan. As well as this guy, talking of left-back cover, his stats are good. He's very quick. He's only 21 years of age, and he's at Barcelona, so you would assume he's decent. His wages, 20 grand a week, which is quite high for a player that we don't know a lot about, but we're going to look to bring him in as cover in that left-back slot until the end of the season. But one thing we did notice is that Rafinha has less than a year on his contract. He is able to discuss terms with other clubs, and he would be a player that we would be very excited about bringing him to the club. Obviously, we've got Ramirez joining already. If we manage to get Rafinha in as well, the squad would look very good going into next season. We're going to have to adjust the budget slightly, but we don't mind doing that when we're negotiating with players of his quality. Alex Song as well, another player we're looking to bid in. You know how I like to do my transfer business. I like to send a load of offers out rather than be quite cautious and run out of time. I like to get all the bids sent out and then go from there and negotiate with the players as we can. We sent an inquiry for Bellerin, and Arsenal actually come back and said they want 6 million, which I think is a bargain for a player of his quality. He's still young, lots of time to progress. So we offer 4.5. Southampton rejected our £5 million plus Suarez bid for Bertrand, so we upped that to 6. Still looking for a left back. Alberto Moreno is another player on our radar. We're going to offer Liverpool 8.5. They've asked for 12.5, which I think is quite steep, but he is a very good player. 24 years of age, so probably just beginning the peak of his career now. Good news in terms of contract front. Yannick Bolasie has agreed to extend his stay at the club, which is very good news. Grimaldo and Felix Plata both agreed to join on loan, but at this stage we're still very early in the transfer window. Well, in terms of deadline day, we've still got 10 hours to go, so I don't want to accept them and then, because then our hands are tied, we've got no wage budget to play for. And it's a good job I didn't, because Hector Bellerin agrees, Arsenal actually accept our £4.5 million offer for him, so we're able to negotiate with him. His wages are not too bad, 35 grand a week. He's interested in joining, which is good, and he would be a very, very good addition to this side. Liverpool also accepted our offer for Alberto Moreno, but we didn't quite have the wage budget to offer him a deal, so we do have to unfortunately pull out of those negotiations, but we're still going strong. You can see also Rafinha accepting our contract offer. Now this is something I've also got to stall, because his wage demands were not exactly low, 60k a week, and if we accept that, that will come straight out of our budget already, so I put that one on hold for the time being. Finally, Southampton accept our offer of 6 million plus Pap Suarez for Ryan Bertrand, but 50k a week. I thought about this long and hard, and I think that's a lot of money for a player of Ryan Bertrand's ability. He's still young. Well, he's not that young actually. He's got experience in the Champions League, obviously playing for Chelsea. He's a Champions League winner, but I think that's a lot of money for what is essentially a slightly above average left back. So we decided to pull out of those negotiations as well. I'm putting a couple more players on the transfer list here, because I think we're at a crucial stage in this career mode where it's time we get rid of the dead wood, the players that aren't playing that much, to try and bring in some fresh blood. And you can see confirmation of the guys that are listed here. Martin Kelly, Jonathan Williams, the latest victims to be added to that transfer list. James MacArthur as well. You can see all of them here. Jordan Much also added. Wayne Hennessy, of course, transfer listed as well, even though he has agreed already to join another club when his contract expires. But we're going back in to the transfer deadline. Moving forward, you can see 8 hours remaining now. We received more offers for Jack Butland. It's quite a surprise. He's 23 years old. He's not, his overall 76 rated. It's not massively high. But we're getting sick of the offers that are coming in for him. We don't understand quite why he's attracted so much interest. He is in good form, but we decided instead of rejecting the offers now, we're going to send some counter offers back for ridiculous money and see if we can cash in on him. I don't want to accept any offers, but if they offer the right amount of money and the offer's too good to refuse, then of course we will accept it. But good news from the sign-in front. Hector Bellerin, the Arsenal right back, who is what I consider to be one of the key youngsters in the Premier League today, has agreed to join us for just £4.5 million, an absolute bargain. And you can see the counter offer that we sent Sporting for Jack Butland, they rejected, as we would expect them to do so. But the clock is ticking down. More offers coming in for Butland. I've given up sending counter offers. They're not going to make any, so we're just going to reject the bids. Derby County this time coming in to try and steal our number one. But Counting down time once more, 5 hours remaining. You can still see the emails flooding in. This time it's another offer for guess who? Jack Butland from Genoa, 7 million. No, not happening. We don't want to be selling our number one with just 5 hours to find a replacement. Nottingham Forest also sniffing around him. Their bid also rejected. But it's time now, ticking down. We know we've got offers. We've got these guys outstanding and we know time is running out. So I'm just going to accept these. Grimaldi from Barcelona joins from as left back cover really for the season, and Felix Plata offers us another option in the striker role, so we decide to bring all them in, which unfortunately means we can't accept the offer for Rafinha and have to pull out of those negotiations. You can see us releasing Gonzalez. He's a youth player that is not living up to his potential. And then an email out of absolutely nowhere. Tottenham Hotspur offer us the managerial position there, saying they would be happy for us to manage the club, offering us a decent wage as well. I'm actually going to stall it. I'm not, it's a key stage in our career mode. Things are going okay at Palace. We seem to be building a squad. We've had a couple of new signings come in, so I'm not keen to jump ship. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'll tell you now, I am not going to leave Palace. That would defeat the object of this career mode at this stage. We're looking to build a squad to challenge for a Champions League place, and we feel that we're doing okay. But yeah, I'm not going to accept that offer. But let me know what you think of that. It's not something that's ever happened to me personally before. I'm sure it's happened loads to you guys where you've had offers from other clubs out of the blue. But taking on West Brom now, who of course will be our enemy in the Capital One Cup final. It's actually going to be a debut for Grimaldi. He's going to start at left back, coming straight in for Pap Soare. Some dangerous players from West Brom's point of view, Rondon Sessegnon and James Morrison, all players that have the ability to create something out of nothing. But we're looking to get back-to-back league wins now. Obviously we put an end to our losing streak in the last game. Vidio having the chance there. It's a good save from Lindegaard, and Palace managed to get the ball away, but we keep the attack alive. Here's the new man, Bellerin at right back. Decent footwork in the box, drills the ball across goal. Cabaye comes in and somehow puts the ball wide. The whole goal to aim at. All he had to do was side foot it into the... You can see he had literally half the goal to aim at. He decides to hit it with his laces and doesn't manage to hit the target. A real chance goes begging, but up the other end West Brom have the opportunity. They skip past the defenders, but fortunately the finish was up there with one of the worst I've ever seen. So we get away with that one, and then Berahino gives chase. The keeper comes out. He's not going to beat Berahino to the ball. He tries to loft it over him, but the ball goes over the crossbar. So good chances for us to take the lead. We haven't managed to take any so far in this game. We're approaching half-time now. It's some good hold-up play from Vidio. Coquelin turns his man, gets the effort in on goal on the edge of the box, and that goes just inches past the post. So coming in at half-time, it's Crystal Palace 0, West Brom 0. We've been by far the better side. Good to see us sorting our performance levels out, but yet to find the breakthrough, which was a problem for us last year. It hasn't been so much this year, but a lot of draws last season. Cabaye again with a golden opportunity, and he fluffs his lines once more. Could have taken that nearer the goal, decided to hit it first time on his weaker left foot, and it wasn't to be. But we bring on a creative midfielder now, Daly Sinkraven, coming on for the defensive-minded Coquelin. But it's West Brom who have the next effort. A real good chance for James Morrison, chest and volley. It was heading top corner. It was a good save from Butland. They win the header from the resulting corner as well, but fortunately Butland was on hand to make the save. And a good crossfield ball from Jamie Vardy finds Vidio. He cuts back inside and hits another crossfield ball to pick out Yannick Bolasie. It sits up nicely for him, so he hits one on his left foot. Plenty of power, was heading in, but it's another good save from Lindegaard. So we come short from the resulting corner, decide to just create space there. Berahino even wins the header. Not quite sure why I said it like that. And that is one of the best goal line clearances that I've ever seen. Berahino gets up above his man. It's certainly going in, and half the ball is across the line before the defender, I think it's Serge Gnabry, I'm not too sure, throws himself at it and just clears it up and away from danger. Felix Plata is going to come on now for his debut, and Wilfried Zaha coming on for Vidio as well, as we look to get that winning goal. James Morrison having another volley. This was nowhere near as good as his earlier effort and went high and wide. We're deep into stoppage time, so if we're going to win it, we're going to have to do it late on. We get down the line with Zaha, and it's a fantastic challenge. We thought the referee might give a penalty. He didn't do so. Nothing came of the resulting corner, so the game ends 0-0. 2 points dropped, but we have moved up a place, as you can see, up to 6th in the table now. 3 points behind 4th place Manchester United and Arsenal, so still in contention for a European spot. It's Chelsea who are leading. They've got a 5-point lead over 2nd place Everton. City are in 3rd, and then of course, as I said, United, Arsenal, and then us down in 6th. Villa have gone bottom Watford and West Ham maintain the other 2 relegation places. But it's nice to put that losing run to an end. We were actually unbeaten in this episode, which is something you'd come to expect, but it isn't something that's happened a lot lately. So seem to have put an end to that bad run of form. Hopefully now we can kick on. We've got a cup final to look forward to, so things finally on the up. But that's going to bring this one to a close, guys. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. The links will be in the description below. Drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and we will see you again next time.
On goal